From my lens of where I am here too, again, as a parent, like I'm looking at all of these options as well, even for my kids to address exactly the same things you're talking about, right? Like the education that I get to create for my kids, I'm not even saying want because I get to create it and I will create it, even if I have to create it, is emotional intelligence. It is learning about what is coming in the future that we're still unclear about exactly where all this stuff's going to land, crypto and blockchain and everything else. Like there's parts of it that's like grounded, but there's others that's kind of like, I don't know, let's see what happens in 10 years, you know? And just have my kids experience all of that, as well as culture, like we started this conversation off with, right? Like, I'm not sure if I mentioned to you, but we're moving our family to either Costa Rica or Panama or Mexico or somewhere. And that's a part of it. It's literally to land us in a vibration of people that, you know, the analogy in the story of that fisherman that, you know, have you ever heard that story where the fisherman goes out, catches their fish, bring it back, and they're just so happy. And then the corporate person comes in and says, I can 10X your business. And then they do that. And then they're not happy no more. We want to go live that slow, just that like happiness at the core kind of life. Right. And that's the culture side of
That's
things.
the what
So,
I call the joy journey. That's what I
mm,
call the joy
oh,
journey.
yeah.
So appreciating life when you're in it. And I tend to be like that person who goes, "Oh, you could scale and you could do this and you could do that, all to do what? So, oh, then you could retire and go fishing." Well, and they say, I think that's the thing with your example, and they're saying, "But that's what I'm already
Yeah.
doing."
Yeah. That's
You
the
go
complete
through all
version
of
of that
that
story.
just
Yeah.
to
You
retire.
filled in the gap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and enjoying the journey as you go and appreciating every step. And, happy people, people filled with gratitude, people, when you've got those dopamine and the serotonin all firing in your brain because you are gratified and you're satisfied and you're happy, that makes for a more civil world because you're going to show up in the world in a way that's more civil to somebody else because you're not going to be stressed and anxious and impatient. You'll be more likely to just let some things roll off your back that just don't matter and to not worry about being right all the time or, those kinds of things. So just be able to pick your fights and teach your
Absolutely.
children a way of living and thinking that is about gratitude and open-mindedness and understanding that it's good if we're different. Different is not bad. Can be beautiful and it should be and celebrated. And trying to make us all the same is a little bit sad for me. I find that to be sad if that we're all the same. We need to celebrate our differences in my world. That's the way I love to look at it. So I'm glad you're going to take that journey with them. That's going to be really a magnificent learning experience for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that really grounded for me there is to just be the example of that too, as opposed to even telling my kids how to be, right? There's a reason, I don't know if you noticed it on the wall here, but be grateful, be curious, and be brave. And on that note, actually, I always end my interviews with a handful of questions. And I'm very conscious of time here, though, because I know you got to go at the top of the hour. So, but I do want to ask you one question, one more question, which is what is one thing that you're most grateful for right now?
Oh my goodness. I'm really grateful for a lot of things. And it's easy to go off on the things that are not working right but I'm really grateful for the fact that my parents are healthy and I have time that I can spend with them and I'm very grateful for the ability to push some of these passion projects across the finish line and see them come to life and find other people embracing them. That's really encouraging and I'm just grateful to be here. There's a lot of sorrow in the world and I just want to be a point of joy and I hope that I'm helpful in that respect to the people around me.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.